Hello Mabu, hi, Antonio is here once again for another rant video, and today we're talking about something that's been around for decades, the anti-Barney humor. You know, those mean-spirited jokes, parodies, and hate campaigns against the purple dinosaur himself, Barney the dinosaur from Barney and Friends, which I think those actions are sinful, in the eyes of God. And no, I am not against people who dislike it normally and personally, and I am not happy with the people who are spreading so much hate widely. This rant is gonna be honestly ethical and meaningful, and you should watch the whole video carefully, and please reshare this video to your friends to spread the word. So without further ado, let's roll up to the rant. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start. Let's be real honest right here. This so-called anti-Barney humor started way back in the 1990s, when Barney became extremely popular among preschoolers, but what followed was pretty disturbing. Countless people, including teenagers and adults, started mocking the show, bashing the character, and creating all sorts of inappropriate jokes that were far beyond innocent teasing. In other words, Barney and Friends was made for little kids. It was created to teach love, sharing, friendship, and respect. But over the years, people started making mean-spirited jokes about Barney. They said he was annoying, creepy, or cringe. Then the internet took it too far. They turned this beloved children's audio-visual character, who was supposed to teach love, friendship, and kindness, into a target of hate and ridicule. Some even went as far as making violent jokes, parody videos, and even dark memes about hurting or destroying Barney. I mean, seriously? That's a kid's character, not a political figure or a villain. There were tons of anti-Barney videos, songs about killing Barney, violent parodies, and memes showing him being destroyed. Like, I mean seriously? What's funny about that? It's one thing to dislike a kid's show, but turning that dislike into hatred is just plain wrong, and it's sinful in God's eyes, according to the Bible and Roman Catholic Church. Let me say this in a different way. It's one thing to not like a show, that's fine. Everyone has preferences. But when humor turns into cruelty, that's a different story. Anti-Barney jokes have desensitized people into thinking that mocking children's media is somehow cool or edgy. It's not. It's just immature and disrespectful. People of goodwill need to remember, Barney is a preschool character, not a villain. He's meant for children aged 2 to 5. Not for edgy teens or adults looking for someone to mock. It's like bullying a mascot because he's too nice. The anti-Barney trend became so big that even adults joined in. People who should have known better. They also made violent songs like I hate you, you hate me. They made cruel memes of him getting beaten up or blown up, and they called it comedy. What kind of comedy is that? That's not funny. That's pure disrespect. And what angers me more is that even adults join the bandwagon. Adults who should know better. Like, come on, dude, you're picking on a preschool show. Really? Are you that desperate for attention that you need to bully a children's character to feel good about yourself and your peers? It's honestly sickening towards me and other people who act ethically and true to the eyes of God, or Allah if they're Muslims. This is considered haram in Islam, for Muslims. And what's worse, kids, actual children, as young as 8, like in 2nd or 3rd grade or such, started joining in the hate, thinking it makes them fit in. They start saying, Barney's cringe, or Barney's for babies, just because they don't want to be laughed at. It's heartbreaking. They're being tempted by peer pressure, by internet culture, by this false sense of popularity, all for the sake of selfishness and wanting to feel so grown-up. But you know what? Hating on something innocent doesn't make you mature. It makes you lose touch with your heart. And as for the adults who started the anti-Barney jokes, I have one thing to say about them. You failed to protect childhood. Instead of nurturing the spirit of love and joy, you polluted it with sarcasm and hate. Shame on you, and I don't care if I am shooted with hate arrows because of this video. Let's not forget that the actors, producers, and writers behind Barney and Friends worked hard to create high-quality educational content, and yet, the anti-Barney culture completely disregarded their effort, labeling Barney as annoying or cringe. But if you actually think about it, Barney helped teach millions of kids about sharing, caring, and loving each other, values that we badly need today. Honestly, this kind of humor shows how cruel people can be when they think hate is funny, and as someone who was raised in a Roman Catholic family, I find this deeply upsetting and so wrongful. The message of Barney and friends, "I love you, you love me," represents values that go hand in hand with Christian teachings, love, forgiveness, and kindness. But instead of appreciating that, some people decided to mock it. And you know what, as a Roman Catholic I personally find this kind of humor morally wrong. Mocking something meant for children, especially something that promotes kindness, goes against the basic Christian values of love and respect. Humor should uplift, not destroy. Anti-Barney humor didn't just attack a TV character, it symbolized the growing trend of negativity, where it became cool to hate things that are wholesome. And that's just sad. Instead of spreading hate, we should be spreading positivity, because that's what the world truly needs. Do they realize how much effort went into making that show? The actors, puppeteers, writers, and educators worked hard to create a safe, positive space for children to learn. Yet, Anti-Barney humor completely ignored all that, turning something wholesome into a punching bag for internet jokes, likes and data. And you know what's worse? Some people claim it's just a joke. But that's not an excuse. Satire isn't a pure excuse to spread hate or violence. There's a line between comedy and cruelty. Anti-Barney humor crossed that line a long time ago. It's sad, really, that a show meant to make kids happy became a symbol of mockery. Instead of learning from it, people turned it into a meme. I miss the days when we could appreciate something innocent without tearing it down for clout or fake laughs. And then these so-called comedians say, "Relax, it's just satire." Satire, my foot. That's not satire. That's cruelty disguised as humor. You can't hide behind the word joke when you're spreading hate. Imagine how children feel when they see their favorite character being mocked and torn apart online. That's not funny, that's dramatizing. People who make anti-Barney jokes think they're cool, but they're not. They're showing how cold and heartless they've become. They take something innocent and joyful and corrupt it for clout, likes, and shock value. It's honestly heartbreaking. And to those who started this anti-Barney mess, shame on you. Shame on you for teaching younger audiences that hate is funny. Shame on you for killing the spirit of innocence that Barney stood for. Let me say this one more time, in a different way. Please don't even start with "it's just satire." That's not satire. That's bullying in disguise. You can't just cover cruelty with a comedy label and expect it to be okay. You're damaging the moral hearts of kids who grow up thinking hate is funny. Do you realize what you're teaching them? That mocking the innocent is purely entertainment? Heck, no, that kindness is lame. This is not the world I want to live in. It's fine not to endorse the show. You should at least respect what he stood for: happiness, inclusion, and love. So to everyone watching, if you see a kid or anyone hating Barney just to look cool, remind them, real maturity isn't about mocking the innocent, it's about understanding them. Barney taught kids to love. The haters taught kids to destroy. Which one do you want to be remembered as? And once again, he represents childhood, joy, and unconditional love, something the world needs more of, not less. So yeah, anti-Barney humor is not funny, it's disrespectful, childish, and heartless. Please, don't hate on him in sin. He's a children's icon who deserves respect for spreading love and joy. And that's all I have to say for this rant. I hope this message reaches everyone who needs to hear it, especially those who think that mocking innocence or hating something pure is funny. It's not. It's cruel, and it hurts the very meaning of love and kindness that Barney taught all of us when we were young. So please, everyone, stop spreading hate. For attention, learn to appreciate the simple joy of goodness and friendship. Let's bring back respect, compassion, and genuine laughter, not hate disguised as wrongful humor. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, comment your thoughts below, and subscribe for more realistic and meaningful rants like this. Your support helps me continue spreading awareness and positivity through honest expression. And remember, Barney taught us to love one another, not to destroy each other. Thank you for watching, and as always, may God bless and keep you. and be safe with him forever and ever. Amen.